So this is the Renin-Angiotensin-Aldosterone System, or the RAAS. So basically, this regulates your blood pressure. So if your blood pressure is low or your serum sodium is low, the Renin-Angiotensin-Aldosterone System activates or responds. So basically it's going to do its job to raise your blood pressure. So if there's a low sodium going around, you're going to have low fluid volume, which means you're going to have low blood pressure. So the job of the RAAS is to increase sodium, to increase or retain water, and that increases blood volume, which also increases blood pressure. So, once blood pressure is lowered in the body, our system activates. So to do this, renin is released from the kidney, and then angiotensin is released from the liver. Both mix together or add together to create angiotensin 1. And then, since that is circulating around in the body, the lungs releases ACE, so angiotensin converting enzymes, and that mixes with your angiotensin 1 to create angiotensin 2. And angiotensin 2 works at the level of the adrenal gland and the kidneys. So if we go the adrenal gland route, the adrenal gland makes aldosterone, a hormone. So that is our end product of our system. And aldosterone increases sodium, which increases our blood pressure. So like I said before, if we have increased sodium, we have increased blood levels, so we have increased blood pressure. Our potassium will be decreased because it leaves via the urine, and then we're going to have reabsorbed water into the bloodstream. If we take the kidney route from angiotensin 2, we're going to get vasoconstriction in the arterioles. So it's going to squeeze them tight, and we're going to get increased blood pressure that way. So it's done its job to increase blood pressure. But if we didn't want to increase the blood pressure, we wanted to decrease it because it's high, we will introduce ACE inhibitors, so angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, and those block the ACE that is released from the lungs from mixing or adding with angiotensin 1 to create angiotensin 2. So that process, this whole process does not happen. So it doesn't happen. So then we get a decrease in blood pressure. And then just some keynotes I thought you guys should know. Aldosterone increases the reabsorption of sodium at the distal convoluted tubule and the collecting ducts. And where sodium goes, water follows. And our regulation of blood pressure, to increase it, our RAAS system is going to respond to low blood pressure. So, like I said before, if we have low blood pressure or low serum sodium, our renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system responds or activates, and our RAAS basically regulates blood pressure and it raises it. That's our end goal. So our renin is released from the kidney and our angiotensin is released from the liver because we have low blood pressure, because we have low sodium and low fluid volume or low blood volume. So then our renin and angiotensin are going to mix together or add to create angiotensin 1. Since angiotensin 1 is circulating around in the blood, the lungs release ACE. So ACE and angiotensin 1 create angiotensin 2. And angiotensin 2 can work at two levels, the level of the kidney or the level of the adrenal glands. So if we did the level of the adrenal glands, it's going to make aldosterone, which is going to increase our sodium, which will ultimately increase our blood pressure because we have more blood volume circulating. More blood volume, so more blood in there, higher blood pressure. there's more going on in there. We're going to decrease our potassium because it's going to leave by urination. And then we're going to reabsorb water. And if we go the route of the kidneys from angiotensin 2, we're going to get vasoconstriction in the arterioles, and that will also increase our blood pressure. So this is the Renin-Angiotensin-Aldosterone System.